51. Work at a long-line fishing boat. We had a guy who stood in the wrong piece of rope, and this rope proceeded to drag him into the hauler machine, which did not stop for his tangled foot. His foot got cut off and flung across the room, thus giving him the nickname Footloose. We have an overweight supervisor who isn't very smart, only wears plaid button-down shirts and loves seafood. We call him Forrest Plump. There's this guy called Jason, and on his first day of underground mining, he didn't realise how hot and salty it is down there and wasn't drinking enough water. His arms cramped up, and we had to drive him back up to the medic. There was about 25 minutes up to the surface. So now we call him D-High Jason. Jason's a beauty. There's this guy at my local pub who, out of habit, rolls his eyes whenever he holds the beer bottle to his mouth to drink. We call him the roller toaster. When I was in the UK forces, we had an American join up. He thought he was super gangster, so he got called 31 pence, as that was the exchange rate for 50 cents at the time.
I have a mate called Cheddar. When we were kids in the late 80s, we were at a mate's in his paddling pool and he just happened to shit himself and he was wearing shorts. It proceeded to float out of the leg of his shorts and bob around in the pool. It looked like a block of cheddar cheese, bright yellow and solid, hence the name Cheddar. I had a colleague who worked with me at Heathrow Airport in the retail chain. He had one leg slightly shorter than the other. His nickname was Scooter, as he always looked like he was pushing off on a scooter when he walked. Oh, you miserable prick.
For the 52nd time, welcome back to Nicknames.
It's been a minute.
Yeah, we got one more up our sleeves.
I nicknamed a bloke at work Chardonnay because all he does is whine.
That's good.
Darren Evans. I work with a guy, we called him Neon because he must have one of those neon vacancy signs inside his head like a motel instead of a brain because he was dumb as F. We had a mate in the army whose nickname was Burnbag. Not long before going to Iraq, he was refueling a Sabre reconnaissance vehicle with petrol in the tank and the fuel tank near the engine, which was hot. As he poured the fuel, it splashed on the hot engine. Boom! Managed to set himself on fire. He did get put out though, and later, whilst in Iraq on patrol, he was on top cover in the back of a Land Rover with his arm leaning out the roll cage, forgetting to lower the radio antenna. Whilst going under a main power line, the antenna touched the line and proceeded to arc weld his arm to the Land Rover.
Oh my God!
Other than that, he's sweet as. Well, apart from being a little bit melted and still serving, I will always call him Burnbag.
A little bit melted.
Mate of mine was going out with a Sheila who got very drunk one night. She was spewing and farting at the same time, so she got nicknamed the Spart. Cheers, Johnny Matthews. A guy I used to play footy with, he's 6'10", 130 clicks. His name was Big Hole because when he laughed, his mouth would open up the size would open up to the size of a golf ball. Pretty small considering he's such a huge unit. Cheers, Dan Bradley. Big Hole.
Many years ago at school, I got the nickname Hulk. It wasn't because I was ripped. It was because my mum had gotten me a new green sheets, and the stupid things dyed my skin green somehow. I call my manager the garden gnome because she is so shit at her job that they must have kept her there for decoration. So at work, there's this worker we call Sonic because he's 3 foot nothing, and when he walks, his legs look like they're moving faster than an ostrich's. He always says he can walk 2 miles in 30 seconds, and I really believe it after seeing them legs move. Seriously, he's the size of a bird. I'm a diagnosed epileptic about 12 years ago at a seizure at the office, and was known after that as the breakdancer. We have a postie here in England who moans about bloody everything, every job, everything in life, about how big the jobs are. He's just never happy, so we call him Kodak, as he's always negative. Many thanks, Barry.